Hello and welcome to this review of the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 60.4% alcohol.
It's not new. This is released in February of 2022. So we're looking at this.
Well, what I
over
mean
a
is
year.
the current proof.
We don't know if this is the current. This is the current one that's available to us. This is rocking in at 120.8 ABV, and this is A12 for those of y'all that follow that.
You said ABV, but you meant proof.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and crack this open, see what it's all about.
Non-chill filtered, age 12 years. Stop.
So I've had the barrel proof before. Last one I had, I don't remember what it was, but it was 123. These whiskeys are like big. They're big in flavor, they're big in alcohol, and they're just phenomenally good.
That's a wooden cap with a real cork.
Well, you get the same with the single batch, which runs you about $25.
Yeah.
So
Now Elijah Craig, you can get it. They have like the regular one that's like pretty inexpensive.
that's the single barrel.
That's like $20-some.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about
Which
Elijah.
is good in its own right.
I know Elijah Craig is made by Heaven Hill. You know, it says Elijah Craig Distillery, but it's it's Heaven Hill. But that's cool. I was reading about the Heaven Hill Distillery and how the name came about.
So the appearance of it is a dark caramel. You're getting a lot of alcohol lacing on the glass.
Yeah, it's like tan.
Yeah. Dark tan.
Yeah, or I guess that's copper. Okay.
Dark copper. Is there any other colors you want to throw in this to alleviate what I was explaining about?
Light brown.
Light brown. Light mahogany. Light sunset. Any other colors you want to throw out there?
All right.
Okay. Going for it. You know what I'm saying. So you get that smell, you get that char, which really isn't predominant as I thought it would be. You get that alcohol coming through at this percentage point. The caramel flavor. There's a leather. Slight cinnamon I'm picking up.
No, I'm not picking up cinnamon. I'm picking up like chewing tobacco, like Levi Garrett.
There's also vanilla note coming through.
A little bit, yeah. Mostly corn.
Well, of course it's corn, 78% corn.
Yeah. Oak barrel.
All right.
Found out this morning
Cheers.
that there's a new old overhaul. I gotta go buy that. Probably wait till next month. I can't drink barrel proof. It's too strong.
This tastes like single barrel on steroids. So it's kicking you with alcohol, it's kicking you with flavor, it's kicking you with a lot of things. With that said, I'm going to cut this.
Cut what?
I'm going to cut that whiskey, it's too strong.
Oh, some people are weak, you know.
I'm going to see what other flavors come out of this.
It tastes like wood that's been saturated with whiskey. And I noticed that with a really good whiskey, a really good bourbon or other kind of whiskey, it just tastes like wood that's saturated with whiskey. And it should be after 12 years.
12 years.
I like how the people in England, they say Bourbon. I'm going to drink a Bourbon. I say Bourbon.
So with a little water in this, which was more than a drop or two, I'm getting that really oaky flavor coming out of it. It kind of opened it up. I'm getting that honey note, but it's an overpowering oakiness that's coming out.
Yeah. Oh, they say that in Wales too. Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, it's going to cost you, but
I think if you're into these whiskeys, you're not really caring about the cost. The burn has gone down since I cut it. The honey note's kind of gone down a little bit. So to me, it's making it more like.
I mean, putting a little ice in it might help it, but I don't know.
Ice is going to freeze the flavor. I probably, with the amount of water I put in, probably cut it down to about 100%. So to me, it's tasting more like single barrel.
It's
You didn't cut yours, so you can't compare.
no, I can't. It's very nice. I like the vanilla and the corn, of course, and the wood, and the. I guess there's maybe a little rye spice. I know you were reading the ingredients kind of quickly, but it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't ever want to sip on more than that little thin amount that I had because
It's definitely a sipper. Yeah, it's definitely something you don't want to get into.
I wouldn't start making cocktails with it and put a bunch of simple syrup and bitters and sugar cube and all that in it. You could get something cheap for that. I mean, what? It's about $70 a bottle, so.
Some areas you can get it for 70. Some areas it's over 100.
Oh no, wouldn't go that high. I think it's fair for that, 70 to $75 range. Yes, I think so.
Like you agree with the budget price. That budget price is not always there on something that's.
Well, now, where did you buy this?
It doesn't matter where I bought it at. It retails for 100 around here.
Sure about that?
I'm positive about it. Can you find it anywhere?
I hadn't been looking for it because I was buying other stuff.
Can you find
like
it? When you find it, you let me know. I found it at Steal of the Deal at a place that you go to and I go to too. And they pulled all the bottles. Which means,
oh, right. I know what place you're talking about.
Which means that the price is going to go up.
I like it. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say about it. It's an A product. I mean, most bourbons are A's.
To me, this tastes a lot like the old bourbon we used to get back in the days before the bourbon craze went boom, and everybody had to drink bourbon and had to drink whiskey, and everyone's running everything down. Back in the day, you could get something like this for about $20-$25. That doesn't exist anymore. These bourbons now are marketed as like single barrel or cast strength or whatever it is. They put the labels on and they pump the alcohol up a little bit, and so basically it's kind of concentrated alcohol without the water finish that they do.
Well, yeah, and all that started 39 years ago when whatever it used to be called, they call it Buffalo Trace today. It used to be called something else, but they in 1984 they introduced something called Blanton's Single Barrel. It was the first single barrel bourbon, and at first people didn't take much notice of it, and then as the internet got big in the 90s and all, so in the early 2000s, and everybody wants to start making single barrels and barrel proof and all. But you're saying back in the 80s that wasn't that big of a deal?
And you get Jack Daniels, it was this quality for like $15 a bottle.
Well, I mean, Jack Daniels wasn't that quality.
Yes, it was. Jack Daniels was 90 proof.
Yeah, it was 90 proof.
And it had a really good flavor profile. It wasn't cut.
No, till 86. It was 90 proof, then they dropped it to 86 proof, and then in 2003 they dropped it to 80. Why would they do that? That's strange. But all the liquor companies did that. They dropped all their products from 86 to 80.
What was the proof in the early 80s?
For what?
Jack Daniels.
90.
That's what I was talking about.
You were drinking in the early 80s?
Yes. Is there a problem with that?
I'm not passing judgment. I was
wait. The question came across as passing judgment.
I was drinking Hawaiian Punch in the early 80s, but...
Because you were like 12.
Yeah.
I started early.
Anyway, so I don't have any experience I don't have that kind of perspective, I like it, it's fine. I mean, it's too high for me, I wouldn't buy it, but But I'm weak.
I know you wouldn't buy it.
Oh, but you're thinking I wouldn't buy it because of the price. Bingo, wrong. You lose. You don't win the blackout. You don't win the jackpot. I wouldn't buy it because I just don't deal with these high proofs, you know. But yeah, I mean it's a solid A. It's like
Oh, that's good.
96,
Yep. I'd rank it up there too.
9.6 out of 10. It's all what you want to buy, folks. So it's very nice, and you can find it if you look around. All right, so Les Bon Temps Relais, and we're going to end this whiskey review by saying y'all go to Kentucky. You never know, you might go on a trip, or you might have to go on a work assignment and be close to Kentucky. You can go tour some distilleries and take a distillery tour.